Losing is supposed to teach you a lesson, right? Wrong. Not for these guys. Because while your favorite protagonist is out here crying in the rain, getting beat up for the 7th arc in a row, having a whole emotional breakdown just to unlock a new power-up, these characters said, nah, I don't do that. They have never lost. Not once, not even close. Not even in a side chapter. Not even in a filler episode. Nothing. Today, we're counting down the top, strongest, undefeated characters in anime. Characters so terrifyingly powerful that their opponents basically just gave up before the fight even started. If your favorite character is on this list, you already knew this. If they're not, well, maybe touch some grass and rewatch your show. Let's get it.
Number 10. All Might, My Hero Academia. Let's kick things off with a man who retired from hero work with a perfect record. 0 losses. Not one. All Might, the #1 hero, the symbol of peace, the guy who looked like he was carved out of pure motivation and protein shakes. Here's the crazy part. He was literally fighting while dying the whole time. His hero form? A ticking time bomb. He could only maintain it for a few hours a day. His body was falling apart. And yet, he beat All for One twice. The second time, he'd already passed his powers onto Deku. He was running on empty, like a phone at 1% battery. And he still somehow called someone. All Might said, "I am here." And his enemy said, "Yeah, we're leaving." Retirement record? Undefeated. Respect.
Number 9. Shanks, One Piece. Okay, so One Piece fans have been waiting for Shanks to go full send in a fight. And when he finally did, Eustace Kid, a dude with a 3 billion berry bounty, someone who literally beat Big Mom, got obliterated by one slash. Not a combo, not a domain expansion, not a 5-minute power-up speech. One slash. His move is literally called Divine Departure, and honestly, that name is doing a lot of heavy lifting because Eustace Kid's entire fleet departed from this life. And let's not forget, Shanks stopped the entire Marineford War just by showing up. Admirals looked at him and went, you know what, maybe today's not the day. Shanks doesn't even have devil fruit powers. He's just built different. Terrifyingly, insultingly different.
Number 8. Levi Ackermann, Attack on Titan. Now hold on. Levi is the only human on this list. No superpowers, no magic, no devil fruit, no cursed energy, just ODM gear, 2 blades, and an absolute refusal to lose. Remember when the Beast Titan, who had just wiped out an entire platoon of skilled soldiers like they were nothing, met Levi? Levi turned that whole situation around in about 40 seconds. The man was a blur, a spinning tornado of violence. Zeke looked like he didn't even know what century he was in. And Levi did this while having rocks thrown at him, with one eye bandaged, missing fingers, on a bad day. If Levi ever trained under anyone on this list, the rest of the anime universe would collectively file a complaint.
Number 7. Koro-sensei, Assassination Classroom. So imagine you're a villain, and you hear there's a giant yellow octopus man who moves at Mach 20, regenerates perfectly, is immune to conventional weapons, and teaches middle school? You would immediately retire. Koro-sensei is that character who the anime itself admits cannot be fairly defeated. The entire plot of Assassination Classroom is literally, okay, but what if we trained for a whole year, planned perfectly, and still probably couldn't beat him? And they still couldn't, unless he chose to let them win, which he did,
on his own terms like a king. His students spent a year trying to assassinate him. He spent that same year making sure they had great test scores and a healthy relationship with their emotions. Undefeated, emotionally and physically. This man won at everything.
Number 6. Yujiro Hanma, Baki. We need to talk about Yujiro Hanma for a second. This man is so terrifyingly strong that the United States government made a peace treaty with him. Not to fight him, not to arrest him, to be cool with him, to be his friend, because the alternative was him. The entire Baki series is basically everyone in the world training their entire lives just to come close to this guy. And they don't. He once forced a legendary grandmaster to literally stop his own heart just to avoid losing to him. Let that sink in. The opponent gave himself a heart attack rather than admit defeat, and Yujiro just walked away. His demon back, that terrifying muscular silhouette of a demon that appears when he gets serious, is basically the anime equivalent of a jump scare. Once that appears, whoever he's fighting might as well start writing their will. Every single fighter in Baki's world, just competing for second place. Yujiro owns first permanently.
Number 5. Yoriichi Tsugikuni. Let me paint you a picture. There's a man, no special bloodline, no cursed power, no devil fruit, just a sword, a breathing technique he invented himself, and the most terrifying set of eyes in all of anime. That man is Yoriichi Tsugikuni, and he is the reason Muzan Kibutsuji, the immortal demon king who had survived for over 1,000 years, spent the rest of his existence having nightmares. He invented sun breathing, the original, the strongest, the one all other breathing styles were copied from. Every single technique every Hashira has ever used, a pale imitation of what Yoriichi created alone. His fight with Muzan, he cornered the immortal demon king so completely, cutting him into 1,500 pieces, that Muzan had to desperately scatter his body parts just to survive. One demon slayer nearly ended a 1,000-year-old demon, and even then, Muzan spent the next 500 years terrified of anyone who even looked like Yoriichi.
His final battle was against his own brother, Kokushibo, Upper Moon 1, the second strongest demon alive. And Yoriichi, as an 80-year-old man, was so dominant that Kokushibo was on the verge of death. And then, Yoriichi's body just gave out. He died, mid-swing, on his feet, with his sword still raised. Kokushibo technically won, but he felt no pride, no victory, because he knew, everyone knew, that Yoriichi was never beaten by an opponent. He was only beaten by time itself.
Number 4. Rimuru Tempest. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Okay, so Rimuru started as a slime. A slime. The most basic, most stepped-on creature in any fantasy world. And somehow, through absorbing abilities, evolving constantly, and just having immaculate vibes, he became a god. Not metaphorically, literally godhood. He rewrites reality, he absorbs threats, he manages an entire nation while staying completely unbothered. And the whole time, not a single loss, not even a proper close call. He just keeps winning at everything, including politics and cooking. The most dangerous thing about Rimuru isn't his power, it's that he makes godhood look easy and kind of relaxing, and that's terrifying in its own way.
Number 3. Satoru Gojo, Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's talk about the man whose birth literally restructured the power balance of the entire world. Satoru Gojo. 6 eyes, limitless, domain expansion, and an ego the size of a small country, which he fully, completely, 100% deserves. His ability Infinity means nothing can physically reach him unless it's powerful enough to beat infinity itself, which mathematically shouldn't exist. His creator, the actual mangaka, had to admit he made Gojo too strong and had to write around him. Think about that. The author of the story was scared of his own character. In the anime, undefeated. Everyone who tried to fight Gojo basically got a free lesson in why they should have stayed home. He's also a teacher, just like Koro-sensei. And just like Koro-sensei, his students are out here catching strays from his reputation. Gojo is what happens when the universe decides one person gets to have everything.
Number 2. Saitama, One Punch Man. Saitama, the caped baldy. The man who trained so hard he lost his hair and gained the ability to end any fight in the universe with one punch. And here's what makes Saitama different from everyone else on this list. He's not the most technically complex. He doesn't have infinity or demon backs or special techniques. He just punches, and that punch ends everything. Boros, the self-proclaimed dominator of the universe, who crossed galaxies looking for a worthy opponent, got one punched. An intergalactic conqueror, gone. A meteor heading toward Earth, one punch. A god? We'll get there. A serious punch from Saitama can reportedly change weather across an entire hemisphere. But the funniest, saddest, most relatable thing about Saitama? He's bored. He's so undefeated that winning doesn't even feel good anymore. He just wants one fight that challenges him. Just one. And that is genuinely the most tragic origin story in all of anime. The man is the strongest, and he's just sad about it.
Number 1. Anos Voldegode, the misfit of Demon King Academy. The man who makes every other entry on this list look like they need more training. Anos Voldegode, the Demon King of Tyranny. This man's catchphrase is, "Did you think that killing me would be enough to make me die?" Let that marinate. He beats gods. He beats time itself. He wields a sword called Venisdonia that literally destroys concepts. Not people, not armies, concepts. The idea of magic, the idea of existence, gone. His record is flawless, not because he's carefully trained or had a dramatic power-up arc, but because defeat is simply a concept that doesn't apply to him. Like gravity doesn't apply to him, or logic. Anos once died. On purpose. Reincarnated, came back, and immediately started winning again like nothing happened. Most characters on this list have never lost a fight. Anos has never lost anything. Ever. Including death itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the most undefeated character in all of anime. Bow down.
Now drop a comment. Which character do you think is the most undefeated of all time? And if you think your favorite beat anyone on this list, prove it. Oh wait, smash that like button. It won't defeat you, I promise. Subscribe if you want more anime content that hits harder than Saitama's serious punch. And until next time, don't fight anyone on this list. I'm serious. Don't.